Have you ever noticed that getting older can bring small surprises in the most ordinary moments? Many people believe they know what aging will look like, but some changes appear quietly and can feel confusing at first. Things like forgetting a familiar name, feeling tired sooner than before, or noticing subtle shifts in your body can sometimes catch you off guard. The truth is that many older adults experience these moments. They are more common than people often talk about. The encouraging part is that there are simple ways to handle them, and understanding what is happening can make everything feel much easier. Let me share the story of Margaret. Margaret is 72 years old, and for most of her life she stayed very active. She enjoyed meeting friends for coffee, taking small trips, and spending time outside in her garden. Just a few years ago, she felt like she had endless energy. But recently, she began noticing that some everyday things felt a little different. Small tasks that once seemed effortless now require a bit more attention. At first, this surprised her. She wondered if something unusual was happening. But over time, she realized that many people around her age were experiencing similar changes. Aging often brings adjustments in the body, the mind, and even in daily routines. And while those changes can feel frustrating at first, they can also be managed with the right approach. Today, I want to walk through several common situations many older adults face as the years go by. More importantly, I will share practical suggestions that can make these moments easier to handle and help you continue enjoying life with confidence. Let's begin. One situation that often surprises people is forgetting names or small details. Not long ago, Margaret ran into a neighbor at the grocery store. They had spoken many times over the years, but in that moment she simply could not remember the neighbor's name. She felt embarrassed and worried that her memory might be getting worse. Experiences like this are actually very common. As the brain processes more information over the years, it sometimes takes a little longer to retrieve specific details. One helpful habit is to create small reminders. Some people keep notes in their phone with names and small details about people they meet. Others repeat a person's name during conversation, which helps reinforce the memory. Another simple strategy is to connect the name with something visual or familiar. For example, linking a name with a place where you met or a detail about the person can make it easier to recall later. And if a name slips your mind, try not to be too hard on yourself. Politely asking again is completely normal. Most people understand, and often they appreciate that you want to remember. Another change Margaret noticed was feeling tired sooner than she used to. There were days when making lunch or doing light housework left her feeling more exhausted than expected. At first, this frustrated her because she had always been energetic. Energy levels naturally shift with age, and many people find that pacing their day helps a lot. Instead of completing everything at once, spreading tasks throughout the day can make activities feel lighter and more manageable. Short breaks between tasks allow the body to recharge. Staying hydrated is also very important. Even mild dehydration can make fatigue feel stronger. Drinking water regularly throughout the day can make a noticeable difference. Nutrition also plays a role. Smaller balanced meals with fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins help maintain steady energy without sudden drops. And sometimes the most helpful thing is simply listening to your body. If you need a few minutes of rest, that pause can help restore energy for the rest of the day. Margaret also began noticing a gradual change in her weight. Even though her routine had not changed very much, the number on the scale slowly began to rise. This puzzled her because she was still staying active. As people age, metabolism naturally slows down. That means the body may require fewer calories than it did years earlier. One way to adjust is by paying attention to portion sizes and focusing on nutrient-rich foods. Fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins support overall health and help maintain a healthy balance. Movement is equally important. Exercise does not have to be intense to be helpful. A daily walk for 20 to 30 minutes can support metabolism and maintain muscle strength. Gentle strength exercises are also valuable because muscle tissue helps the body burn energy even during rest. Small, consistent efforts often make a bigger difference than drastic changes. Another thing Margaret noticed was how often she seemed to be visiting her doctor. Routine checkups, blood tests, and health monitoring appointments appeared more frequently than before. At first, it felt overwhelming to keep track of everything. However, regular checkups are actually one of the best ways to stay proactive about health. Monitoring things like blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar helps identify potential concerns early when they are easier to manage. Many people find it helpful to keep a small health calendar. Writing down appointment dates and setting reminders on a phone can prevent missed visits. Some also keep a small notebook where they write down questions for their doctor, track medications, and note any changes they notice in their body. This helps conversations with healthcare professionals become clearer and more productive. Margaret also noticed something unexpected when she tried to relax with a book one evening. Reading had always been one of her favorite hobbies, but recently she found it harder to stay focused for long periods. After a few pages, her mind would wander and she would lose track of the story. This can happen as attention patterns change with age. The good news is that the brain responds very well to gentle mental stimulation. Activities like puzzles, word games, or crossword challenges encourage the brain to stay active. Even learning something new, such as a hobby, craft, or language, can strengthen mental engagement. If reading feels difficult for long stretches, shorter sessions can help. Reading for 15 minutes at a time allows the mind to stay focused without becoming fatigued. Quality sleep, regular movement, and balanced nutrition also support brain function and help maintain concentration over time. Another challenge Margaret began noticing was feeling a bit more isolated. Some friends had moved away, and others were not able to meet as often as before. Social gatherings that once filled her week became less frequent. Many older adults experience this shift in social circles. Maintaining connection, even in small ways, can make a big difference in emotional well-being. Joining community groups or local activities can introduce new opportunities to meet people with similar interests. Book clubs, walking groups, or hobby classes often bring people together in comfortable settings. For those who prefer staying home, online communities can also provide meaningful interaction. Video calls, group chats, or discussion forums allow people to stay connected regardless of distance. Even brief regular conversations with friends or family members can lift the mood and strengthen a sense of connection. Finally, Margaret noticed that certain movements required more effort than before. Bending down, tying shoes, or walking longer distances sometimes felt more challenging. While this can feel discouraging, gentle daily movement can help maintain flexibility and strength. Stretching for a few minutes each day keeps joints and muscles more comfortable. Low-impact activities like walking, yoga, or water exercises support mobility without placing excessive strain on the body. Strengthening the legs and core muscles can also improve balance and make everyday movements feel easier. The key is consistency. Small daily habits often lead to gradual improvements over time. Aging brings changes, but it also brings opportunities to adapt and care for yourself in new ways. With the right habits and mindset, many of these challenges can become manageable parts of everyday life. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might appreciate these ideas. And if you enjoy learning practical ways to stay healthy and active as the years go by, you are always welcome here.